Good morning, everybody. This is Jason the teacher. It's a good morning today in Florida. It is getting colder. It's about 60 degrees outside. I don't check the weather, but I can tell it's like 60. It's very cold. It's pretty cold to me. But anyways, I just came up with a thought. And some of you might agree with me, some of you might disagree, and I'm pretty sure that the ones that disagree probably have never done drugs in their life. That, or they've done them and they haven't done them enough. I'm not saying that it's something that you should stay on, like getting addicted to drugs or anything. See, like, when I started using drugs, I would do them on a scheduled basis. We would party it up once a month. We would go out and party hard. We would get some cocaine, some meth, MDMA, some coke, and we would party it up and see how far we could take ourselves into the rabbit hole. But anyways, so people, if you don't know much about God or the power, that you can get to remind yourself of who you are, that you are attached and our God, then what was I saying? I forgot. But anyways, I was saying if you've been detached or you don't know anything about God, or it's a new thing for you, you can find God through drugs. I've already proven it, and I've done it plenty of times. I've done drugs plenty of times to know that there is a force out there, like, more powerful than you are. Only because, it is you that's powerful, more powerful than yourself. It's just that when you're in this body, in your body, the 3D suit, you're living under limitations that prevent you from remembering who you are. The point of those limitations is that you see through them and you find out how much power you actually have. So, and I noticed that whenever, I went into the hospital before because I tripped out a little bit too much. So that's what hospitals are for, to help you out, you know what I mean? You don't have to go to a hospital, you can recover on your own. Just stay in the house, pretend that you're in jail, you know what I mean? Don't go outside, just wait until you're clean off. I just like going to the hospital because it makes it a lot easier for myself. But I meet some interesting people in there, and every now and then when I go, I find somebody in there who thinks they're Jesus Christ. And I don't question that. I just play along, and be like, okay, yeah, and I figured it out that it's because the dude is probably doing meth or something. I think it's either meth or pills, ecstasy. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter what drug it is, actually, because all drugs are connected to God. And in that way, if you use them, you can find them that way. And find yourself. I know I keep saying God, and a lot of people, religious people watching this probably are like, this guy's crazy, dude. Don't even watch this video. But it's the truth, man. I'm still alive. When I was a little kid, my parents, all they told me to do was not to do drugs. Don't do drugs. Drugs will kill you, blah, blah, blah. And once I got out of high school and I was introduced to the underground scene, I discovered that I didn't die off any of those drugs, dude. I handled them pretty well, and I had fun doing them. I still do. I mean, I'm not addicted to ecstasy, and I'm not addicted to acid. I'm not addicted. The only thing I'm really addicted to that I could say is valid is the marijuana, because I still smoke it, and it's the only thing I do. It's the only drug that I like out of everything else. I mean, if this world were a little bit more upgraded in consciousness, y'all would realize that everybody has their own drug. You will come to a realization that everybody has some kind of habit-forming thing that they do. And it's not a disease, it's actually just something to occupy your mind. I mean, you can go jogging. People jog every day like it's an addiction. And there's people that eat food. Food can be an addiction too. I mean, I'm addicted to food. I eat a lot of food, but I'm not getting big. I have a high metabolism, so I'm allowed to do that. But anyways, I don't know if you've read my About Me video on my homepage, but if you go to my homepage on YouTube, there's an About Me telling me my life story and it has the drug story in there too, if you want to check that out, because I don't really want to repeat too much of what I said in there. But the thing is, I think that drugs, they should be done in a ritualistic way. They shouldn't be used, well, they could be used for recreation and fun, but technically they should be used in tradition as a ritual. It doesn't matter what drug it is. It could be MDMA, it could be mushrooms, it could be a man-made chemical, it could be a natural chemical. It doesn't matter what it is. You do your thing, But doing it as a ritual is very important. It is very important because, and you want to do them with the group of friends that you love and care about. Close people who don't steal from you, people who try not to, that don't try to change you into other things. Because I am not going to change. I don't need to change. It's not my job to change. My job is to make sure that the balance is kept and that we try to, I'm supposed to try to get everybody to get along on this planet, because if everybody switches their polarity to a unified group or collective of love, then we can start exploring other planets. It will say the universe is also bipolar. It's a bipolar universe, okay? We got a bipolar planet. Now, once our planet, I know it's bipolar by magnetic frequencies. I'm not talking about magnetic frequencies, okay? I'm talking about just the people. I'm just talking about the humans that need to get along on this earth, so we can transition to the next stage of development or evolution. I call it development because evolution is it's actually kind of both evolution and natural selection. We some of us have lived here on Earth were already here when the extraterrestrials came to Earth. Now, that's why everyone's having so many problems trying to figure out if it was evolution or divine intervention. It's both, okay? Don't worry about trying to be right. Y'all are both right. It's both. Anyways, drugs. We're talking about finding God on drugs. Now, finding God on drugs, you know, some people slip into drugs. They don't know how to look for God on those drugs because they don't know what those drugs actually are for. They just do them because they want to get high or they want to get depressed or whatever. But in all in actuality, it is supposed to be used for ritual use. It's only for ritual use only. Only ritual use only. I say only a lot because I mean, it's a sacred thing to do, drugs. I don't want to say drugs. The only two drugs that I would approve for the people would be mushrooms, MDMA, a man-made chemical, which also can be made naturally. Marijuana is probably the least of my worries. That's probably why I'm doing it so much, because it doesn't do anything. Marijuana doesn't, I mean, the only thing it has an effect on is my memory. And I noticed that doing this video, whenever I stop talking and think about it, I'm like, wait a minute, what was I talking about? But, anyways, I mean, God is everywhere. You can find God anywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. I'm just trying to put the point out there that you can find God through drugs too. Go figure. And a lot of people think that drugs are bad and they will kill you and blah blah blah, but they won't. And I haven't seen anybody, I haven't heard anybody die on ecstasy. I've heard people have seizures and die. You know, that would only mean that person was allergic to the chemical. Being allergic to a drug and, you know, overdosing on drugs is also bad. You don't want to take too much of that drug because it will shut your system down. And depending on the drug, can kill you. It can kill you. But I'm talking about cocaine. Cocaine will kill you, I think. But that's only in large doses. If you do like a half an ounce in one night. If you do a half an ounce in one night, then you're done. Your nose is bleeding, your brain is about to fry off. Anyways, I suggest, you know, if you're going to party it up with your friends, okay, and you're going to go use drugs, and you're new at doing them, if you're just now starting to use, then you can increment your way up. Add a little bit more each day. But if you don't do them every day, then keep it at the same level, the same amount every week or month or however often you use your drugs. Also, don't be so selfish with your drugs too, because some people think that you know, it'll make you selfish, it'll make you greedy, you know, things like that, make you start stealing from people or whatever, you know. I don't believe that that's true either, because I mean, I haven't stolen anyone using drugs, you know what I mean? And the only time I've stolen from someone was to teach them a lesson, and that was it. But other than that, I'm doing fine. I'm okay with the memory span that I got. It doesn't matter to me how much memory I have. What matters to me is how fast I can make the time go by, because that's all I want to do, make time go by fast. And there's no ending for time. There's no ending. It's just that I want to make time go by fast. I'm bored here most of the time. I don't do much. I meditate a lot, you know what I mean? Listen to music and sit on my couch and just enjoy the environment and ponder about life and existence and things like that. You know, I try to figure out, well, why am I here? What am I doing here? What am I supposed to do with my life? How am I supposed to make any changes within my community or my planet? You know? And I just want everybody to treat each other nicely. That's all it is. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Everyone to be nice to each other. Try not to rape each other's thoughts, and, you know, because some of you are telepathic and you can read other people's minds. Just remember, if you're reading my mind, just know that I'm practicing. Just know that I'm trying to practice how to be nice in here as well as out here. And it's a lot harder to try to be nice in your head, because there's a lot of people, most of y'all have more negative thinking than you do speaking. Now, there's supposed to be a balance between those two as well. When you think of something bad and you say something good, the opposite of what you were thinking, yeah, it helps to do that, because when you're speaking, you're talking about what you want. You're saying what you really want to say, what comes from the heart. In your head, the mind, you know, likes to react instantly off of everything that you do. And that's the reason why we have the ability to think. We think things through before we say them. And those of you that are telepathic don't even really pay attention to what people are saying. You're more in tune with what people are thinking. And you know, and you might catch people lying. You might think that people are lying because they're saying something positive but thinking something negative about you. It doesn't mean that they, you know, it means that they think that way. That's the way they think. But at the same time, they're actually good people, you know? I mean, they don't understand that it's important to be a nice person on the inside as well as on the outside. So, but you know, anyways, talking back on drugs, finding God on drugs, well, like I said before, anybody can find drugs. Anybody can find drugs too, but anybody can find God while on drugs too. And, you know, I met some people in the hospital, like I said before, that thought that they were Jesus Christ. And it made me think, I wonder, like, maybe that's why, maybe Jesus is a real entity. You know what I mean? Jesus is a real person. He was a real person. A bunch of people were real. There's a whole list of deities, not deities, but demigods. Jesus is a demigod. Was a demigod. Everybody has a potential to be a demi. It's just up to you whether you want to take the responsibility and challenge for that position. Because it is a lot of work, and it's it's not a lot of work per se, but it's challenging stuff. You know, it's more working with the inside of yourself. When you're demigod status, you're more working on the inside and on the outside at the same time. So you're out there, you're helping people out. You're pulling that person onto the sidewalk before he crosses the street because there's a car coming, and they could have got killed. You know, it's kind of like being a guardian angel, except everybody can see you. So, you know, being a guardian angel with people that can see you is pretty fun to interact. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Michael. John Travolta, when he is an archangel. Michael, his name is Michael. And he smokes cigarettes, you know, and I'm like, why are angels doing drugs too? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because they can handle it, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, that's my video. I'm going to go ahead and close it because it's a little long. Anyways, namaste in Lak'ech. And remember now, don't be mean. Play nice.